I am as big of a fan of Max Holloway as anybody is, but even I am highly concerned about the path that lays in front of Max Holloway going into this fight with Arnold Allen. And Max Holloway's uncertain future is even worse than you might think. On a surface level, anybody can take a look and say, yep, here's his career. Alex Volkanovski is the champ. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky. But what I'm saying is if you look at a deeper level beyond the surface, it's even worse than you might think. If you end up enjoying the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more content similar to this, and leave some comments in the comment section down below if you have any thoughts on Max Holloway's very uncertain future. Now, when I'm talking about Max's uncertain future, I'm talking in both scenarios, whether he wins or loses. Yep, that's correct. Even if Max Holloway wins, he still has an uncertain future. And that's what I'm talking about. This is also very unfortunate. But let's talk about the losing first. What happens if Max Holloway loses? So let's talk about first if he loses. What happens if Max loses? Well, first of all, it depends how he loses. If he loses very decisively, you know, he's going to go tumbling down the rankings, and some of the theories that everybody has had about the damage catching up, the division catching up, etc., that might be playing out right before our very eyes and confirmed if he loses. But beyond that, a lot of people might say, hey, if he loses, there's always lightweight. And lightweight is a horrible option for Max. It's not a good option. It's not a bad option. It's a horrible option for Max Holloway. Let me explain why. So everybody's seen the Dustin Poirier fight. Very heartbreaking for me to watch that fight. Anytime I rewatch it, very sad to watch. The Dustin Poirier fight confirmed a couple things about me for Max and Max's critical weakness. Being a volume striker with good striking technique and amazing conditioning and a great chin, these are all great things, and it helped Max win the title and defend the title and make him a fan favorite and one of the most exciting fighters in the UFC. But there's always been a critical weakness he's had, which is punching power. I've always said one of Max's biggest weakness because of his punching power is if he fights a fighter who has good punching power and good conditioning. Let's look through the rankings. Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, Beneil Dariush, Michael Chandler, Fiziev. You have RDA in there, Jalen Turner. McGregor is going to be somewhere potentially in those rankings as well, depending if he comes back. The point is, a lot of strikers with good punching power, some of which have good conditioning as well. If you're able to hurt Max and have enough conditioning to continuously hurt Max for 3 rounds or 5 rounds, he's just never going to be able to get his striking off and his volume off. Yeah, he can put on more size, and yes, maybe he can develop a bit more punching power, but I saw that Poirier fight, and I've seen Max's punching power since then. I just don't think lightweight he can ever be successful, and it hurts me to say because at one point I thought he could be very successful. I just don't think he could beat some guys at lightweight, don't get me wrong, but can he ever be top 5, top 3 or champion? I'm very doubtful at this stage of his career. Now, what happens if Max Holloway wins? Like I said, that still puts him in an unpredictable and uncertain situation. If Max wins, everything at that point becomes dependent on the winner of Volk versus Yair Rodriguez. And let me explain to you why. Regardless of who wins, it's still uncertain. Number one, if Volk wins, we all know the scenario. Are they going to give him a 4th fight after that brutal 3rd fight that he had with Volk? Probably not, at least not right now. So again, he's in an uncertain spot. Second scenario, if Yair wins. Now, a lot of people might say, oh, if Yair wins, you can just set up a rematch with Max and Yair. Nope, that's not the case, because if Yair wins, they could just give Alex an immediate rematch. After Alex's last fight with Islam Makhachev and how good Alex is, and he's had some title defenses in a row, you think the UFC doesn't want to give Alex an immediate rematch? They've invested a lot into him, and having a second fight with Yair could be very big, and if he wins, there's still the Makhachev fight, or Volk can still move up to 155 as a champion after that successful fight against Islam Makhachev. Believe me, the UFC would not mind Volk as a champion. So if they do an immediate rematch, well, that still leaves Max in an uncertain situation. Now he'll have to go fight someone else, and it's still uncertain what happens after that. So think about this. For Max's future, for the path back to the title, either Yair would have to steamroll Alex so hard that there's no interest in a Alex versus Yair rematch, or Max will have to wait for Yair to immediately rematch Alex and then maybe win another fight and then eventually fight Yair down the line. This is what I mean. Not a great place to be if you're Max right now. And this sucks as a big Max Holloway fan, just this uncertain future he has. He has the fight with Arnold Allen, and then there's the Volk versus Yair fight. What happens with that? Immediate rematch. If Alex wins, there's no possibility of getting a fight at all. It's all so uncertain. There's a bunch of forks in the road, and we don't know what's going to happen, but he's in an uncertain predicament right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm very uncertain about Max right now. I don't know, after that 3rd fight and then you had the Yair fight and just all the damage that he's taken up, up until this point, is it going to show up in the Arnold Allen fight? We ask all the time, when is the damage going to show up for Max? When is it going to show up? When is it going to show up? And we're going to see this Saturday how he looks. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like the video if you like it, and subscribe for more content similar to this. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.